I'm making problems, we gotta solve them. So it's me watching somebody through the window and seeing them dance and laugh and look at somebody the kind of way that she would look at me.
Well, let's start off. It's important to just do the first song, I think, on any record. So, and the first song, how does it feel? It reflects the fact that it's a very collaborative record. There are, I think, 6 other people that you wrote with on this.
No, it wasn't. No. It was 3 other people.
I guess it's a reflection of your success that you do get put into a lot of rooms with a lot of people at this stage of your career, right?
Yeah.
And is it hard to keep things personal when you're with so many different people?
No, I like to. I think with me, I'm quite. As soon as I'm in the room, I'm everybody's friend, and I trust a lot of people straight away, and especially in a writing room, that is a special place, and everybody's in there for. Everybody's got their own little problems as well, you know. So and everything's very relatable. So if I've got what I need to get off my chest, people can relate to that, especially if you're a writer and somebody who writes songs, because you're quite deep and you think quite deep, you know, and you're not afraid to kind of put that out to other people. So I kind of just go in with what I need to say, and I'm like, this is my record, and you lot who are in the room, you're definitely like steering the ship too. So get on board or leave the room.
I've always found that honesty can be very infectious, and you're clearly an open and honest person, and so you're sort of, you know, infecting the people in the room in a nice way.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to skip straight through to Before You.
Yeah,
I love that beautifully treated guitar at the beginning. Yeah. It kind of
I had that influence from like Police.
Really?
Yeah. I was listening to a lot of like Police and bands like that, and like 80s and you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny because I was listening to it thinking this is a kind of an 80s guitar sound. Yeah. And it's funny that you say that because Stuart Copeland doesn't get enough. No, sorry, Andy Summers. So everyone talks about Stuart Copeland, one of the greatest drummers ever, Sting, you know, amazing songwriter and stuff. Yeah. Andy sort of gets passed by as the Police guitar player. Yeah, he's incredible. He was a session player.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. I'm so glad you said that. Yeah. So tell me about this. So it starts off really sort of lush and understated, and then it kicks off.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a lot of the songs on the album do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of pace, and there's a lot of big songs on there.
It's a punchy record.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where I'm at in life. I'm very like look forward to the future and like let's have it. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's have fun and I'm excited about life. But Before You was actually the first song that kicked off what the album was and how it was going to sound and what direction it was going down. And like I say, I was listening to a lot of different records before writing the album, and I was like, I want to make a song and that sounds a bit like this but in my own way.
Yeah.
And Before You was that song, and I love it.
So it sort of set a blueprint for you.
Definitely, it was the DNA that then was what was to be What Ifs and Maybes.
Well, that's interesting because, you know, I listened to this record a couple of times last night, and it's relentless. Mm-hmm. Like there's no let up. No. You know, and I wanted to ask you this, like it's in an old fashioned album is, you know, this journey that has a beginning and a middle and an end, and it has a real kind of a, you know, a cadence to it, and it sort of starts, you know, and it'll go up and down. There's lots of light and shade. Yeah. This is like huge song, single, sounds like a single.
I know.
It's like there's no let up until
this side of the room.
until you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So it is the thing that I wanted to ask you is this a sign of the times, in that, you know, what you're doing is making a record for people to, you know, cherry pick stuff.
For sure. That's what I wanted people to do. Like for me, it was hard to pick the singles because, like you say, there's loads of singles on it.
You could pin the tail on the donkey on this record, and anything could be a single.
Yeah. But I definitely wanted to have that thing of like cherry pick, and you pick your favourite, and that will probably be my favourite too. And it's a very, like, What Ifs and Maybes for me is a spontaneous title, and it's all about spontaneity. It's all about like just do what you think's right, and believe in your dream, and you will get there. And these are the songs, like you say, the cherry pick. Just cherry pick one out, and it will take you wherever you want it to take you. And I love that about the record.
You're very positive, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I've won a lottery ticket. You know?
But were you like this before you were famous?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm famous, but like, I've always been upbeat, and I've always been I've got a positive outlook on life. Don't get me wrong. I'm human, and I've gone through things, and I've seen things, and I've done things, and I've had to learn. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm in this place in my life where I am I'm just cool with where I'm at, and I'm happy where I'm at. Career is like flying. My personal life is flying, and I'm just surrounded by great people. That's musically and friendship, you know. Like, I've had to like meet a lot of silly and snaky people throughout the way, but I've had to realise that, and then I've gone back home and gone, you lot are my real people, and my circle, and that's who've really like boosted me up, and my family and everything. You know?
Sounds like you've got a great foundation there.
The foundation is strong, for sure.
Amazing. Well, it all sounds very epic. Your life sounds like a huge, great, epic movie at the moment.
That's what I want it to be. I just want to live life.
yeah, man. And so coincidentally, we come to all these nights, which is like, when I first heard this, we started playing it. It feels like ages ago. So summery, so epic. You know, I was thinking it was sort of in time for the summer festivals last year. I think that we first heard this. And you have mixing legend Spike Stent involved to give it a special punch. Definitely. So tell me about this record. How did this record come together?
This record again was Before You, All These Nights, and This Side of the Room were 3 songs that happened in a day. And we went away to the countryside, me and a couple of friends, and I was like, I want to write songs that are full of colour, that are vibrant, that I feel like I can just see the sunshine, you know. And All These Nights is one of them songs. It's just uplifting and just a lot of pace in there, and again, it's got an 80s feel to it with a modern twist. Yeah.
Was it actually the summer when you wrote it, or were you wishing for the summer?
I think it was like the autumn. So I was definitely like wishing for it, Yeah.
Well, the autumn's it's a reflective and beautiful time.
Yeah. That's my favourite time of year as well. Autumn, so yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, thanks to global.
I'd say spring is probably my favourite.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's all laid out in front of you. The festivals are just starting to announce their lineups.
And also, like, things are growing. Yeah. Things are, like, about to become something.
Spring is New Year. That's actually New Year before religion came along. That's when New Year was. Yeah. Okay. When the year is new. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. That's it.
Love that.
Yeah, there you go. And that's a life hack for you. The spring equinox, first day of spring, when the day and the night are the same. Yeah. That's Persian New Year, pagan New Year. That's like New Year from before religion, man. That's the time, and you'll feel that.
Yeah,
next year.
I'm in.
So we come to track 10 and Problems.
Yeah, one of my favourites.
I love this one too. Do you have any these days?
Problems? Yeah, of course.
Well, you mentioned being human.
Yeah. I think for me, like, I have a lot of anxiety, you know, and I've learned how to deal with my anxieties. I flip a thought. So if I'm feeling like I can't do this, then I go, no, I can do it, and it flips it and makes it a positive thing. So that's helped me massively. But I'm making problems, we gotta solve them. You know I'm all in, I'm calling. It's, if you've got a problem, let's solve it. Let's get into the nitty gritty and like, let's talk about your problems. Let's not just bottle them in. I've always been taught to talk about, like, my feelings. My mum has been somebody who's always sat me down and said, you need to talk about what's going on. If you bottle things up, you become somebody else, and that's definitely what I do become. So when I speak about them, it solves it.
Well, good on your mum. I've been saying I've been fighting the mental health corner with charities like Calm and the My Black Dog for 12 years, and I always say men need to be more like women.
Yeah.
You sound like you're there already.
Yeah, man, for sure.
How do you deal with all of the pressure of like the time pressure and stuff like that? You know, how are you coping with all of that now? Because everyone wants a bit of you.
Yeah.
It's a very intense time for you now.
Yeah, it's been mad. I've had to, again, like, working out, fitness is a big part of my life, and that is something that helps me with my time too, and getting enough sleep. Like, I don't think I slept like 8 hours in 5 days, but important sleep is like what's really helped me too. So say if I'm getting 3 hours, it's going to bed at the right time. That I go, right, sweet, I'm okay. But I think for me, time is quick and fast, and while I'm in it, like, I'm not thinking about like being tired or nothing's long, you know. I'm enjoying it, so I'm experiencing things and I'm loving every second of it. So I love people wanting me. When the phone stops ringing, that's when I've got a problem. You know?
Well, the thing is that then you have time, which is the most valuable thing. Remember Steve Jobs, you know, when he was dying, when he was almost dead, and he was like, "Well, I've got all the money in the world, and it doesn't mean anything. I just want
I'm not
time."
here for the money. I'm here for the experience.
Yeah, you're in the moment, right?
I'm in the moment. Like, life is short, you know.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I don't want to be hoping for more time. If I'm at a place and I can be like, I've had time and I've experienced it and I've loved every minute of it.
Good on you, man. I'm skipping now to Someone I Used to Know, which is a very powerful songwriting motif.
Yeah.
And it's another start soft and then kick off, you know, formula that you love to do. Dan Gretsch is involved in this, right?
Yeah, I was going to say Dan is like a big part, like the biggest part of this record too, because he just brings every song to life, you know.
Is this Maltese Dan Gretsch from Bedford? Is he the Bedford boy? He's got a Maltese family, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is a Bedford connection.
Yeah, well, he went to the same school as me and lived like 2 doors down, and I didn't know that until I met him in the studio. Now he's like one of my best mates.
Hilarious! How brilliant!
He's honestly the nicest man ever, and probably the best ear I've ever experienced in the studio.
Oh, that's great. It's really nice to have a really good sounding board that you trust, right?
100%. He is. He knows how to make a record sound unbelievable. Yeah.
You ever been to Malta with him?
No, but I'm actually going to Malta for the first time, and I'm inviting him now. Dan, do you want to come Malta with me?
Yeah, let him take you around Malta, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's absolutely amazing. Here's my tip for you. He'll tell you the same thing. You've got to go to Gozo as well. Like, Malta, it's incredible. The history is amazing. But then there's a little island so we're off topic here.
Yeah,
but
it's all good.
Yeah. So there's this place called Gozo. It's where the Maltese go to, like, for weekends and stuff, and it's wild and it's really beautiful. And the best pizza that I've ever had in my life is there.
Okay, I'll go there.
Like, so Dan, take him to Marshok, right?
Dan, make sure you do. But yeah, somebody I used to know is really like talking about what I said earlier about having met and having friends that you thought were friends, and not being sad about losing these friends, and not ever like slagging them off or anything like that. It's more like some people are meant to be in your life forever, and that's family and like them real true friends. But some people are just meant to come into your life, give you experiences and help you learn and help you grow. And I had to learn that, and this other person had to learn that too, and at the end of the day, you're probably better without them, and you got to realise that they're probably better without you too. So it's having that maturity to realise that, you know, and not being like, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. Things were said, people were hurt, but we're adults now, and you've got to realise that sometimes people are just, they're on your boat, but they jump off and then they jump onto another one, and then It's like a friend you meet on holiday, do you know?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I loved you at that point, but now I'm a completely different person.
I got a couple of great holiday friends that I kept the relationship with.
Yeah.
But Tom, you have a wisdom beyond your years, mate. I wish I had worked that out. It took me a lot longer to work out what you just said. You know, that you can't regret any relationship that you've had in the past, because it's all learning. It all makes you the person that you are. And if you say, you know, I'm really happy, I love myself right now where I am and stuff, that all feeds into it. So it's a reframing of negativity. I love how positive you are. So we come to where are we now? We come to track 14 now, and You're Not Alone. Mm-hmm. A break at last. You know, in the old traditional.
Right at the end.
So the old school traditional album, this would have been track 6 or something like that. Would have been the break in the middle. You put it right at the end, you know, and isn't it nice? I listened to this relentless record, and then I got to this, and I just thought, oh God, it's so nice to have some space to just really enjoy your beautiful voice. Thank you. To have these, and there was strings all over the place, but you couldn't really hear them because there's so many things going on. You can hear these lush strings. Like, wasn't it nice to have so much space? Yeah, man, definitely. Like, for me, this is like the cuddle at the end of the night, you know. This is like, everything has been wild, and things are just better with a cuddle. And again, it, like, You're Not Alone is me kind of saying, like, to talk about everything, you know, and to be and not to be afraid to say, like, I need to chat, and I need to have somebody who I can trust in that chat, and that's what the song did for me, and that's why I had to release it. I released it as a Christmas thing, last Christmas, and I had to like really fight for that release, because I was like, this is the time when a lot of people need a song like this, and yeah, it worked. So. Yeah, man, it's beautiful. Do you not listen to it and just go, do you not wish that you had more like this on the record, you know, so that it does have a bit more light and shade?
I think This Side of the Room is one of them songs for me that's on the record that, again, it's still got a bit of pace in it, but I think This Side of the Room is probably the best song I've ever written. But I think I've got time. I've got time for songs like for like that, and I just think this record needed to have the excitement and the fun element more than the thinking time
and the cuddle
but it does need a cuddle in there, you know? That's why You're Not Alone is in there.
Well, let's talk briefly about This Side of the Room. Why do you think that that's the best song that you've ever written?
Because it really is the truth. It's also very visual, and it's also lyrically a song that, like, me and the people that I wrote with, Mike Needle and Jamie, but it's a song that I really, really like opened up about, and I had to. There was a point where I had to say to this special person, I cannot be with you right now because I'm not ready to be. I needed to sort some stuff out in my life for me then to be able to give this person what she deserved and what she wanted, you know. But obviously this person was like, right, I'm not waiting about, I'm moving on. And I had to really, like, again, maturity and again, like, growing up and go, I've got to be happy, and I've got to watch this person like move on, and I've got to be okay with that because I was the one who made the decision. So it's me watching somebody through the window and seeing them dance and laugh and look at somebody the kind of way that she would look at me. But it's me then realizing, actually, you are the person that I really want, and I will now have to fight and also just give everything to show you that I ain't just here to do that again to you. And thankfully I did get her back, and it was that song that really, like, was that moment where I was like, I've witnessed all that, and it needs to be said, and it needs to be spoken about, and it needs to be a song. So yeah.
That's lovely, man.
Yeah.
You know what, Tom? When the phone stops ringing,
Yeah.
and all of this, all this is all over, you're going to be all right.
I hope so, man.
You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
You have so much wisdom for someone so young.
Thank you, man.
I guess this 5 years of very intense life has taught you a lot, and you've been present for it because you've really got your antenna up.
Yeah.
As Keith Richards says.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just get lost in that the eye of in the storm.
Yeah, there was a moment where I definitely could have. I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I could have got swept away with the storm.
So you found yourself at that fork in the road. And
oh my God, I had to turn left or right.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I turned right. But I definitely had a little dabble down the left side.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it would be rude not to.
It'd be rude not to.
It'd be churlish not to.
Exactly. But yeah, I had to I knew that. My manager actually said to me, he's like, there was a moment where I was like in a bit of a bad way, and he was like, you have a talent, don't waste it, and don't be one of them people who, because he knew how badly I wanted it. He's like, don't be one of them people who is in the pub or around their friends and saying, I could have been that, because you'll be unhappy. And I woke up and I went, yeah, I'm not being that guy. Never. So then I really was like, right, I'm here to work. And I believe hard work definitely overrules talent. You can have a bit of talent, but hard work definitely wins.
Well, and here we are. You've just done Chris Evans. You've just done an album special with me, and you're now off to Glastonbury.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. It's gonna be good.
I bet you are. Have you played before? No,
I've been though.
Yeah.
I've been. I went in 2019, I think it was, and it was so sunny. Not a sign of rain.
Yeah.
And now I've heard that there's not a sign of rain tomorrow, because I don't know if I could do it in real wet mud. Not because I'm bougie, not because I'm this or that. I just think it would be hard work. You know what I mean? And I've worked so hard for the past couple of months. I'm not working even harder walking about.
Yeah.
I'm all right for it. So I'm happy that I can wear my trainers all weekend.
Yeah, yes. Oh, you will get them dirty. Are you on the pyramid?
No, I'm on the other stage.
You're on the other stage.
Yeah,
I like that stage.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Well, Tom, like I say, you're going to be all right.
Thank you very much.
I've never properly talked to you. I love you, man. You're just such a.
What a great shirt as well.
Oh, thank you. It's my holiday shirt, especially for you. It's just to bring the colour. Yeah, man. It was lovely to talk to you. You've got such a positive energy, and I really feel that, because that's me too.
Yeah, I can tell, man.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Loads of love, man. I know you got to get away. I'm getting you 1.5 minutes early. How about that?
I take it. Nice one, man.